Hello again, everybody, and what's up? It's Felicia Green here, or Catherine, and guys. So for this video, I actually just want to do a movie review of this movie that I went on a field trip on Monday, and it was actually pretty cool. And I went to go see this movie, and I seriously was not expecting this movie to be that good. And honestly, I just want to do a review of it, tell you guys what the movie is about, just tell you all what I liked about it and all that, and my highlights of the movie and all that, because literally I have no negatives for this movie, because honestly this movie is phenomenal. It's just amazing. The plot is actually a little bit long, but I'm gonna read it. So guys, so the plot of this movie, which this movie is called The Greatest Showman, and so now I'm just gonna be reading the plot of this movie. So the plot of this movie is this movie begins with P.T. Barnum and his troupe performing a show at the circus, which is called The Greatest Show. We then flash back to Barnum's childhood, where he and his father, Philo A. Taylor, work for the Haylett family, and he becomes infatuated with their daughter Charity. Though Charity is being sent to finishing school, Barnum reassures her they will not be separated. The two keep in touch through letters until they meet again in adulthood. A Million Dreams. Eventually, marrying and raising two daughters in New York City, A Million Dreams reprise. They live a humble life. Through Charity is happy, Barnum dreams of more. Barnum loses his job as a clerk at a shipping company after the company goes bankrupt. Taking a risky bet, he takes out a large loan from a bank, deceiving the bank into accepting his former employer's lost ships as collateral. He uses this loan to buy Barnum's American Museum in downtown Manhattan, an attraction showcasing various wax models. Intentionally, sales are slow on the suggestion of his children to showcase something alive. He searches for freaks to serve as performers for his museum. Come alive. This attracts a large audience despite protests and poor reviews, prompting Barnum to rename his venture Barnum's Circus. Searching for ways to further his reputation amongst the upper class, he meets playwright Philip Carnell and convinces him to join his venture, The Other Side. Carol is enchanted with Annie Wheeler, an African-American trapeze artist, but he hides his feelings. During a trip, Carnell arranged for Barnum and his troupe to meet Queen Victoria. Barnum meets Jenny Lind, a famed Swedish singer, whom he convinces to perform in America, with him serving as her manager. Lind's first American performance is a rousing success, never enough. While Barnum gains favor with the aristocratic patrons, he begins to distance himself from his original troupe, refusing to socialize with them. Dejected, they decide to stand against their local harassers. Carnell and Wheeler attend the theater together one night, only to run into Carnell's parents, who insult Wheeler's lowly status, causing her to leave. Carnell chases her, trying to convince her that they can be together, but she rejects him despite her feelings toward him, from the song Rewrite the Stars. As Barnum takes Lind on a U.S. tour, Charity feels isolated from her husband as she stays home with their children. While on tour, Lind begins falling in love with Barnum, but when he refuses her advances, she calls off the tour and kisses him at the end of her last show, which is photographed by the press, never enough for a prize. Barnum returns home to find his circus on fire, caused by a fight between the protesters and the troupe. Carolyn, who had tried to save Annie, not knowing she had already escaped, is rescued amid the chaos by Baranam, but suffers severe burns. Most of the sets and props are destroyed. Word of Lynn's cancellation and Barnum's public enmity also reaches New York, resulting in his mansion being foreclosed upon and Charity taking their daughters back to her parents' home. Depressed, Barnum starts drinking at a pub. His troupe find him there and persuade him to rebuild the circus. Barnum has an epiphany that causes him to realize the circus was for his friends and family rather than for himself. Meanwhile, the injured Carolyn walks in a hospital with Wheeler by his side, and they share an intimate moment together. Barnum leaves and finds his enraged wife, and they decide to mend the relationship. Faced with the financial difficulty of rebuilding the circus, the recovering Karna steps in, offering to use his earnings from his share of the circus's profits to rebuild it under the condition of becoming partners, which Barnum happily accepts. As rebuilding the circus in its original location would be too expensive, Barnum builds it in an open-air tent circus by the docks. The new revamped circus is a huge success, and Barnum gives full control of the show to Carano so he could focus on his family. The Greatest Show reprise. So yeah, that was the plot of the movie. It was a very long plot. I'm sorry it was very long. But yeah. So yeah, guys. And also Caesar calls me. I'm sorry. But yeah. But yeah, so anyways, guys, so that was the plot of the movie, and now I'm just going to be talking about my positives that I have and just my highlights of this movie. But first, I want to play my favorite song from this movie, which is Rewrite the Stars. But I'm going to play the Nightcore version of it, not my Nightcore, but a different Nightcore of it. So yeah, I hope you all really like the song too, and there's going to be an ad, so I'm sorry about that. But yeah, anyways, guys, so for my positives for this movie, I loved everything. Like, I really loved the whole soundtrack. All the songs were just amazing. All the songs were just really amazing, and just, oh my god, I just really love the whole soundtrack. I'm gonna Nightcore the whole soundtrack, actually. It was just so amazing. All the characters, they were so amazing. I loved how they brought back Zac Efron, and Zac Efron is looking as good as ever. And I loved how he got to sing with Zendaya, and this song that I'm playing, they sing so amazing at it. It is my favorite song from this movie. And Zendaya and Zac Efron, I've never thought of them as a couple, but oh my god, I just think that they were so cute together, and honestly, I just love them together. And everything about The Greatest Showman, I just loved everything about this movie. Honestly, guys, it was such a great movie. I really want to watch it again, but it's not on Netflix, unfortunately. So I don't know how I'm going to watch it again, but I really want to watch it again. It's such an amazing movie. I cannot express how much I love this movie. It is probably my favorite movie right now. Honestly, this was just such an amazing movie. The soundtrack, the characters were all amazing, the performances, the Zendaya and Zac Efron having their moments, and everything about this movie was amazing. All the visuals, and I would totally recommend watching this movie if you haven't already. I know it sounds a little bit kind of, boring or whatever, but it's honestly not. If you guys love musicals, because this is a musical, if you guys love musicals, you'll definitely love this movie. It is so amazingly written. The plot is amazing. Everything. And I would totally recommend watching this movie. Honestly, it is just so amazing, and I rate this movie a 10 out of 10. So yeah, so that's the score that I rate this movie. A 10 out of 10, maybe even a 100 out of 100. I don't know. That's just how amazing this movie is. I would totally recommend watching it. And yeah, I would just totally recommend watching it. And it was just such an amazing movie. I had so much fun on my field trip, and I'm glad I got the opportunity to watch this movie. It was just amazing. And yeah, guys, so that was my thoughts on this movie, The Greatest Showman. It was just overall amazing, and I totally recommend it if you guys like musicals. And yeah, I know everyone doesn't like musicals, but if you do, then you should totally watch it. So yeah, guys, if you did see The Greatest Showman, leave in the comments what is your opinions of it. And yeah, so yeah, guys, this is just my thoughts on this movie, my review of it. And yeah, guys, so I hope you all enjoyed this review. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, so this is Felicia Green signing out. So yeah, so bye, guys. I love you all. Bye.